Oh, what is this?
I guess, did you shoot it?
Yeah.
Helldivers 2 is an experience that can basically be summed up in 3 words. Traumatic, stressful, and... Between the terrifying hordes of space bugs and robot Vietnam, this game has basically everything I didn't know I wanted. Personally, I've never played Helldivers 1, and I think that's because it came out in 2015, and by then I was trying to get the wolf bow on Horizon Truck. What initially got me into the game was this clip of this dude absolutely just fighting for his fucking life with this song from the Avatar OST playing in the back. And dude, that is a clip of just a small example of how crazy it can get. Legit, you start out all, oh nice, oh yeah, no need to say it, yeah. And all of a sudden it'll turn into, what kind of place is this? It's honestly kind of crazy how much attention Helldivers 2 is getting right now, and I think it's awesome because this is not just some horde mode live service slop game that requires 40 hours of work just to get a cool helmet. It's a pay $40 and you get everything the game has to offer. It's gotten so much attention that PlayStation players on social media are begging for Xbox players to be able to play Helldivers 2, just to help against these easy bake oven build. It has player population set progression, hilarious dialogue, useful cosmetics, and friendly fire. And we all know a game with friendly fire just makes it 10 times better. And the intro cinematic to the game pretty much sets the entire tone of the entire gameplay experience.
Become part of an elite peacekeeping force!
Yeah!
See exotic new life forms. And spread managed democracy throughout the galaxy. Become a hero. Become a legend. Become a Helldiver.
When I tell you that this is one of the most hectic games I've ever played, I fucking mean it. Because while this might look crazy, it's actually amazing. See, Helldivers 2 is an over-the-top third-person extraction shooter where you fight on Section 8 planets full of T-800s and bugs that look like this thing from Star Wars. You are this guy, and basically all these guys, just going out into the galaxy and nuking anything that threatens freedom and democracy. The basic gameplay loop here is pick a mission, land on a planet, and kill. All while completing basic objectives like killing a specific enemy, or defending a location, or
deploying a fucking nuke!
And while you're in these missions, you can find point of interests and sub-objectives that reward you with upgrade materials and XP. With these materials, you can upgrade your custom named ship to unlock more stratagems and to have shorter cooldown times. Medals are just rewards you get from completing missions, and you can earn more by playing at higher difficulties and completing sub-objectives. These medals unlock items for your Helldiver to be more effective in helping those who don't understand democracy. These missions can vary as to how long they can take. Some wrap up in just 5 minutes, just taking out a bug nest, while others feel like 30 minutes of
get to the ship! Jesus Christ, what is that?
The weapons feel really solid with a good amount of feedback and manageable recoil and just awesome sound design. This might be an unpopular take, but the weapons here by themselves are not upgradable or customizable right now. And I actually really enjoy that, since it kind of balances out the game where at level 20 and a level 5 can be in the same mission and still get easily overwhelmed. Between assault rifles, shotguns, LMGs, laser cannons, anti-tank rifles, they all just feel useful in their own way. The stratagems here are very unique. I mean, you call that an airstrike the same way you would call for a care package. Some are definitely better than others, with all of them pretty much having their own uses for certain scenarios. Like, I probably shouldn't call in an airstrike just for this small patch of enemies, and I should probably just use this turret. But it looks cool, so fuck it. Some other stratagems include more weapons, like this rocket launcher that requires 2 people to operate it, or this grenade launcher that makes clearing nests a whole lot easier. All of these weapons, armor, and over-the-top explosions make Helldivers 2 really unique. I say that because of this feature right here. Because at first look, it looks like you're just dropping in to complete various missions for samples and medals. And I mean you are, but every completed mission contributes to a percentage on a planet that needs to be liberated. All that to basically say you have an effect on the world's progression here. Every single objective you complete adds up to liberate the planet just a little bit further. And you see this by the end of the mission, showing you how much of an effect you just had. This is actually pretty cool to me because I haven't seen anything like it before in any other game. Like, I'm just imagining what the planets further in the system will be like and what eldritch horror awaits. Even Super Earth has a liberation percentage, so that to me makes me think that if the player base slacks off, then we'll be on Super Earth fighting off death toasters or scissors with legs here. But I do want to take a moment to talk about all the server issues and bugs this game has been having since launch. At first there were a bunch of server issues, and halfway through some missions the server would just stop and all the progress from that mission was gone. Same goes for all the folks who were constantly crashing, aka me. Like, the stability for this game was pretty much worse than Jedi Survivor. Unlike Survivor though, this game was fixed like a week later, and pretty much everyone's happy about it, if you can even get into the game. The way Helldivers 2 is played is just really fun, and I definitely think you should try it out if you're just burnt out from all the games that are out there right now. Like the sandbox freedom approach to weapons and encounters, and just the way your Helldiver moves around just makes for some awesome clips. And the developers have already started making more content for the game that'll be in future updates for free that include new factions, enemy types, and events. My guess is that they'll take these two empty spaces right here on the galaxy map and fill them up with new enemies. But what do you think of Helldivers 2? I'll be in the comments for the first 24 hours of the video's post so we can talk about it, as I'm sure a lot of you might have mixed feelings about this game's stability or its tedious missions, because for me the most frustrating thing about this game is
Being fucking team killed right at the end of a mission. God damn it, Ben!
Oh my god, Ben, what the fuck?